Hey guys, what's up? Um, this is the reveal, opening, whatever walkthrough, whatever, showing off the Doctor Who Commander deck, Masters of Evil. It is late. I am tired, and actually, I am kind of coming down with something. I'm not really sure what it is. It sounds like I gave like the stereotypical like soap opera cough. But let's go through some of the stuff that's here. And if you watched the last couple videos, you know I already pulled out the sample. What do you call it? The sample collector packs and open them up. If you want to know what's in the what I pulled, check the last video. But anyways, let's check out these planar. I'll find someone to, do a plane chase game with, eventually. But yeah, here's a City of the Daleks. And here's the Moon Base. And here's the Dalek Intensive Care. Bowie Base 1. I don't remember this. Is this from a newer episode? The Doctor's Tomb. That looks sick on the planet Trenzalore. Applin Mortarium. Unleash the Flux. The Matrix of Time. The Hotel of Fears and the Mondasian colony ship. So I can kind of do a quick explanation of how a plane chase game works now that I've actually seen one. Let's actually pull the stuff out. I've already cracked it open, but yeah. Ignore my water. I'm like really thirsty and it helps my throat. Come on, come on, come on. No, you're fine. It's good. It's good. Okay, there we go. Put that over there. Again, what are these things? These little punch out card things. I mean, most people just throw them away. But yeah, here we go. Here is the. Am I always pulling this out the wrong way, the most difficult way? I think so. So yeah, here's the deck box, and I'm using this for right now until I can get. I mean, they're better than nothing. When I sleeve up my cards, they barely fit in here. So I would suggest getting a proper deck box. But yeah, put this over here. Well, we'll put it right here. So that let's put the water over here, so that the light can catch that. Yeah. Let's put my water over here because I don't want it too far from me. Let's pull out the deck, and there's this poster thing. I'm pretty sure no one cares about it. It just explains how the deck works. And let's see anything. Oh, what's there? What is this? Oh, it's the life counter. There, so you got Missy as your life counter. All right. If you've never watched Doctor Who, I really encourage you to watch it. So yeah, here's the planar die. Put this over here. And basically, every turn, if you agree to use the plane chase cards, basically you take this, you shuffle it up. Whatever, and you set them to the side, and you agree. Everyone agrees they're going to play with this, so okay, everyone gets one roll of the planar die. So if you land on this symbol, you change the plane that you're at. If you land on anything else on the side here, nothing happens, and if you land on this one, the chaos ensues, which is whatever the chaos effect is on that plane. So some planes might be super beneficial to your deck type. Some might actually like help your opponents and you really don't want that, you know. So let's just say, okay, the game starts and we are going to start with the Mondasian colony ship. Okay, so it says whenever a creature attacks, it gets 1/1 until end of turn for each other creature its controller controls that shares a creature type with it. So that's really good if you're going to be doing like, let's say, you know, you're going to be doing one tribe, like goblins, or even like the whole point of your deck is to make Daleks or to make Cybermen. When you attack with one, it's going to get +1/+1 until end of turn for each other creature it controls that you control, that its controller controls, that shares a creature type with it. So if there's 10 Cybermen on the field, or if there's 5 Cybermen on the field, that each one of them is going to get 5/5. And if you happen to roll, and you get chaos, it'll say, whenever chaos ensues, turn target creature face down, it becomes a 2/2 Cyberman artifact creature. So you can turn another opponent's like creatures into Cybermen. And it's good to note that, say you don't like the plane that you guys are on, the first roll, everybody gets one roll of the dice for free. So let's do that. Oops, I didn't get anything. Okay, well I can spend 1 mana, tap 1 mana, and roll again. And if I don't like that roll, the cost of it goes up to 2, and it keeps doubling, you know? So I'll spend 2 mana now. Nothing. Okay, I'll spend 4 mana now. Nothing. Okay, I'll spend 8 mana now to see if we change planes. Okay, pass turn. You know, that's how that goes. Sometimes people will spend mana just trying to get off the plane that you guys are on, because it might be benefiting you, but it's hurting everybody else. So everyone's just dumping their mana, just trying to, you know, get more dice rolls in there. So that can be pretty fun. But yeah. All right. I need to get this open. I've seen this deck being played in some videos, and it's super powerful. I mean, if you like to swarm the field with crap and just be a problem to everybody, this is the deck. And also, I was surprised how many like new cards are actually in this set for all the decks. That they're introducing. I mean, that Everybody Lives card, I'm surprised. You know, that's really cool. And of course, it is really popular right now, really expensive too. I'm so glad I pulled it out of one of those collector's packs. So hey, I got a borderless one, so that's not bad. Okay, let's look at these. I'm just gonna separate the tokens real quick. So here we got a Dalek on one side, Cyberman on the other, Mark of the Ronnie, which is enchanted creature, gets 2/2 and is goaded. Cyberman, Dalek, Mark of the Ronnie, Dalek, a cloak token, which is the fob watch that held the memories of the 13th Doctor, with all of her total memories, the ones that happened before the first Doctor. So it's a copy token, Alien Angel, and Weeping Angels. Yes, Weeping Angels are in this deck. First strike and vigilance. Whenever an opponent casts a creature spell, this permanent isn't a creature until end of turn. So basically, if there's another creature looking at it, it freezes and becomes an artifact again? Yeah. And yeah. Treasure. Oh, look at that treasure token. It's I believe this is the ring the master wears. Anyways. Okay. That's out of the way. Let us do this. I'm gonna show off the weird cardboard thing that comes in front of it. Why is this here? I guess is it to protect it? I don't know. But yeah, should I be holding on to these? Should I be keeping these? Someone tell me. I'm not sure if I should be holding on to these or not. I'm gonna throw it away. But anyways, let's start off with. I was debating separating the basic lands out of here. Anyways, start with Davros, Dalek Creator. It is a 4 mana drop, red, black, blue. And its ability is Menace. At the beginning of your end step, create a 3/3 black Dalek artifact creature token with Menace if an opponent lost 3 or more life this turn. Wow, I need to learn how to talk. Then each opponent who lost 3 or more life this turn faces a villainous choice. You draw a card, or that player discards a card. I love that it like presses you. You know, people don't want to be playing, you know, want these out because they have to face the villainous choices, and like neither of them are good, and so they want to deal with you. So just keep in mind, if you're playing this deck, you're going to be a target for everyone. But this thing does a lot of crazy stuff. So, all right, and here's Missy, the female regeneration of the master. And her ability is whenever another non-artifact creature dies, return to the battlefield face down, tapped under your control. It's a 2/2 Cyberman artifact creature. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent faces a villainous choice. Each artifact creature you control deals 1 damage to that opponent, or you draw a card and chaos ensues. See, you can even, okay, number one, if you're not playing chess, the chaos ensues thing doesn't do anything. But if you're playing an artifact deck, God, you're just gonna like, you're either going to draw a card, or if people don't want to give you any more cards, they'll have to take, you know, 1 damage from each artifact card you have in your field. Artifact creature. If you're doing artifact creature swarm, holy crap. Also, I believe if something says like when this thing would die, it gets exiled. Does it even get exiled? I think she just grabs it before it gets exiled. I don't know. Because then, like, if something would trigger off something getting exiled, would it even happen? I don't know. But here's an Auton Soldier. There's its mana cost, and you can, the ability is you may have Auton Soldier. And at the end of the battlefield, there's a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it isn't legendary, is an artifact in addition to its other types, and has Myriad. So that means that when it attacks, it will create another copy for each other opponent you have, and they'll be tapped and attacking that opponent. And then at the end of turn, at either the battle phase or end of turn, either end of the battle, either at the end of combat or during the end phase, the tokens will leave the field. Anyways, here's the Flood of Mars. It's one of the last 10th Doctor episodes. Had these guys in it. They have Island Walk, and water always wins. Whenever the Flood of Mars attacks, put a flood counter on another target creature or land. If it's a creature, it becomes a copy of the Flood of Mars. If it's a land, it becomes an island in addition to its other types. That's hilarious. And I love how it functions just like the episode. How if the water touches you, you become one of them. Cyber Conversion. Target creature. Turn target creature face down. It's a 2/2 Cyberman artifact creature. Do not fear. We will take your fear from you. You will be like us. It's only for 2 mana. That's not bad. Yes, Hunted by the Family. Awesome David Tennant episode. 10th Doctor episode. Choose up to 4 target creatures you don't control. For each of them, that creature's controller faces a villainous choice. That creature becomes a 1/1 white human creature and loses all abilities, or you create a token that's a copy of it. Loses all ability, copy of it. It's almost like if you target the Doctor with this, it loses all of its Doctor abilities and becomes a regular human, just like what happened in the episode. Dalek Drone has Flying and Menace and Exterminate. When Dalek Drone enters the battlefield, destroy target creature and opponent controls, and that player loses 3 life. Okay, good. I was wondering, because I noticed that a lot of the Dalek creatures, I know there's another Dalek in here, it doesn't have flying, So I'm like, what the frick? What the frick? You know, like the dogs can fly, and here it is. This is the one that flies. It's flying in Menace. Elevate, elevate from the Ninth Doctor's episode. That's so dumb. I love it. Oh shit, the Vashta Narada. All right, this is actually pretty good. So it is a 3-drop black creature, indestructible, and it has shadow. This creature can block or be blocked by only creatures with shadow. And it has morbid. At the beginning of each end step, if a creature died this turn, put a 1/1 counter on the Vashta Narada. And the flavor text is, hey, who turned out the lights? Just keep in mind that this isn't the Vashta Narada. That's a guy who's being attacked by the Vashta Narada. The shadows are the Vashta Narada. They're like a bunch of like microscopic like bugs, and they like eat things. They're like little microscopic piranhas. And they form together and they look like shadows. But anyways, a Time Reaper. We just watched this episode. Oh my gosh. Creature alien horror. It has flying and haste and consume anomaly. Whenever Time Reaper deals combat damage to a player, put target face-up card they own in exile on the bottom of their library. If you do, you gain 3 life. Okay, what's this? Doomsday Confluence for 2x and 1 black. Choose X. You may choose the same mode more than once. Wait, what? Each player sacrifices a non-artifact creature. Create a 3/3 black Dalek artifact creature token with menace. Each opponent discards a card. Okay, so you can do any of these as many times as you want for however much you put into X twice. So if you did 5 and 5, you would be able to do this. Do one of these effects 5 times. Is how that would work. That's actually not bad. That's a pretty fun card. All right, the Toymaker's Trap. Which is really ironic since the new Doctor Who episode is going to have the Toymaker as the villain for the 60th anniversary. Yes, at the beginning of your upkeep, secretly choose a number between 1 and 5 that hasn't been chosen. If you do, an opponent guesses which number you chose, then you reveal the number you chose. If they guessed wrong, they lose life equal to the number they guessed, and you draw a card. If they guessed right, sacrifice the Toymaker's Trap. That's just a fun card. I don't see people playing it too much. Oh, Vizsla Turlo. I remember seeing this guy before, but I'm not really sure what he does. Like, I've seen him in an episode, but anyways. He's a 4-drop black creature. Rogue. Legendary rogue. Deal with the Black Guardian. When Vizsla Turlo enters the battlefield, you may have an opponent gain control of it. If you do, it's goaded for as long as they control it. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card, then you lose life equal to the number of cards in your hand. And it has Doctor's Companion, which you can't actually compare it with a Doctor. I don't remember I feel like I've seen that episode with him before, but I just don't remember off the top of my head. Here we go, Genesis of the Daleks. It's 4 and 2 black. The first 3 chapters of it say create a 3/3 black Dalek artifact creature token with menace for each lore counter on Genesis of the Daleks. So turn 1 it'll make 1, turn 2 it'll make 2, turn 3 it'll make 3, and then the 4th chapter says target opponent faces a villainous choice. Destroy all Dalek creatures, and each of your opponents loses life equal to the total power of the Daleks that died this turn, or destroy all non-Dalek creatures. So you can either, I'll pick my opponent and I say, you can either have me wipe off all my Daleks, but you're going to take burn damage for each of them, or everybody loses all their creatures. So do you take the hit? Do you sacrifice life points so that everybody keeps their board, or do you what do you do? There's a lot of politics in this, a lot of mind games with this. Oh no, this is how it ends. There's Rory being taken by the Weeping Angel. Instant, let's see, target creature's owner shuffles it into the library, then faces a villainous choice. They lose 5 life, or they shuffle another creature they own into the library. So you can lose 5 life, or I'll take Amy later. Oh no, just like the episode. There's a gravestone here for someone with the same name as me. Yeah, that's the last thing Rory said. Aww. Death in Heaven. Ah, here we go. This is a good episode. It's a great episode, actually. The first 2 chapters are target player mills 2 cards, then exiles their graveyard. And the third chapter is put all creature cards with exiled with Death in Heaven onto the battlefield, face down under your control. They are 2/2 Cybermen artifact creatures. You kill your opponent's creatures and then take them. Delete! Delete! Delete deals X damage to each non-artifact creature and each player. So that's not bad, actually. That's pretty good, especially for this deck. Gosh, ensnared by the Mara. Okay, I have no idea what the Mara is. Someone has to tell me what that is, or I'll look it up later. Each opponent faces a villainous choice. They exile cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. Then you may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Or that player exiles the top 4 cards of their library and, ensnared by the Mara, deals damage equal to the total mana value of those exiled cards. So, again, you get to choose. You'll either take burn damage or I get to play your card. Alright, here's Day of the Moon. Oh, and there's Amy in the background. With all the tally marks on her for every silent she's seen. So each chapter is the same effect. Choose a creature card name, then goad all creatures with a name chosen for Day of the Moon. Until the next turn, they attack each combat if able, and attack a player other than you if able. Yep, just gonna goad 3 times. Alright, this is actually pretty cool. I've seen this before. The Master Multiplied. It has Myriad. The Legend rule doesn't apply to creature tokens you control, and triggered abilities you control can't cause you to sacrifice or exile creature tokens you control. So, like, Myriad, your Myriad tokens that usually get sacrificed at the end of the turn, they'll stay. So you run this guy in a Myriad deck, and every time you attack, you'll make 2 copies that are tapped and attacking your other opponents. And just keep doing it over and over and over again. And also, when he does it, his copies are also legendaries, because he wants his copies to be legendary too. He doesn't want them to be just basic. He would not stand for that. It's so funny. Rassilon the War President. Okay, somebody who's been around for so long, since like the beginning. I want to say first appeared in like the 4th Doctor's era. But anyway, at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 2 life and exile the top card of your library. You may play that card for as long as it remains exiled. Each non-creature spell you cast from exile has Conspire. What is Conspire? As you cast that spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control that share a color with it. When you do, copy it, and you may choose your targets for the copy. Oh shit. For blue in the back and 3, I mean, he's a high cost, but man, that effect is pretty damn good. Although you do lose life every turn, so that is something to consider. Here we are, the Master Mesmerist. This is the OG, the original Master. Okay, he's a 3/3 4-drop, black and blue, and his ability is tap him and target creature an opponent controls with power less than or equal to the Master's power gains Skulk until end of turn, and you goad it. Was it a creature with Skulk can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. Whenever a creature with Skulk deals combat damage to one of your opponents, put a 1/1 counter on the Master and draw a card. It's pretty basic, but pretty damn good. And here's the newest, most recent Master. The Master, Gallifrey's End. His ability is Make Them Pay. Yeah, actually, if you look at my last video, you actually see I pulled this card from the collector pack. Whenever a non-token artifact creature you control dies, you may exile it. If you do, choose an opponent with the most life among your opponents. That player faces a villain's choice. They lose 4 life, or you make a token that's a copy of that card. Honestly, I think it does similar to what Misty does, but not as good. So I would actually pick Missy over that guy, but that's not too bad either. The Valyard, who is a 6th Doctor villain, is a very complicated character. Okay, he's a 5-drop, blue, black, and red. And his ability is if an opponent would face a villainous choice, they face that choice an additional time. While voting, you may vote an additional time. That's hilarious. God, it just makes it all worse. Okay, here we go. The Weeping Angel. He's a 3-drop artifact creature, Alien Angel. He has Flash, First Strike, and Vigilance. Whenever an opponent casts a creature spell, Weeping Angel isn't a creature until end of turn. If Weeping Angel would deal combat damage to a creature, prevent that damage, and that creature's owner shuffles it into their library. So much like the Weeping Angels in the show, he doesn't kill things, he just moves it to the past. Steals energy from its timeline or whatever, and then moves to the past. So basically, like, you're seeing it now in the present, but now it's going to move it all the way to the earliest possible moment, the latest possible moment. You're not going to see it for a lot later. Almost like look, it makes sense to me, all right? It makes perfectly sense to me if you know the show. Just watch the show, all right? God. Why are you even here if you don't watch the show? I'm kidding. This is basically Satan, the Beast Deathless Prince. Let's see. And when you cast this spell, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap it. It gains menace and haste until end of turn. The beast enters the battlefield tapped with 6 stun counters on it. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to its owner, untap the beast and draw a card. I mean, it's Satan. Of course, it's what do you want? It's Satan. It's Satan. Alright, the Ronnie. Let's see. Excuse me. She's a 4-drop, blue, black, and red, and whenever the Ronnie enters the battlefield or attacks, create a red aura enchantment token named Mark of the Ronnie attached to another target creature. That token has enchant creature and enchanted creature. Gets 2/2 and is goaded. Whenever a goaded creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, investigate. So you can make clue tokens with her. The Sycorax Commander from the first episode of the 10th Doctor has First Strike and Haste. Sanctified Rules of Combat. When Sycorax Commander enters the battlefield, each opponent faces a villainous choice. That opponent discards all of their cards in their hand. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so funny. And then draws that many cards -1. Or Sycorax Commander deals damage to that player equal number of cards in their hand. That is so funny. Of course it has stuff to do with their hand. It's funny because he chopped off the Doctor's hand, okay? So he attacks and you lose your hand. Okay, give me a second. I gotta drink some water here. Oh god. Yeah, I slept one night with the windows open, and the fan blowing like right at my face. So it's like, and just that way, I woke up feeling like like my lungs are filled with fluid or whatever. Oh god. I'll be right. Okay. The Cyber Controller. It is that cost. Holy crap. But let's see why. When the Cyber Controller enters the battlefield, each opponent mills X cards. Put all creature cards Put all creature cards milled this way onto the battlefield, face down under your control. They're 2/2 Cybermen artifact creatures. Holy shit. Other artifact creatures you control get 1/1. Man, if you could mana ramp, build a deck where you just mana ramp as much as possible, stall, and then just dump all your everything into this one card, pick an opponent, and just make like a massive swarm. I'm done. I'm cracking 99. No. Excuse me. Dude, if you can do it, Do it. If you can find a way to make a deck where you generate 99 treasure tokens, just a deck that's a mana generating engine, and then just have that as the commander. That'd be pretty cool. Just make someone completely mill out in one go. Of course, there are cheaper cards. Anyways, Cult of Skaro. It's a 4-drop, and its ability is whenever Cult of Skaro attacks, choose one at random. They 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 can sec fast. What? They can't. Oh, this is their names. Oh, this is the names of the four of the Cult of Skaro. The four of them. Okay. So you can either put a 1/1 counter on each artifact creature you control. You can draw 2 cards, make a 3/3 black artifact creature token with menace, or each opponent loses 4 life. Okay. The Dalek Emperor, yes. It's a 7-drop, black and red, and it has affinity for Daleks. Hell yeah. Other Daleks you control have haste. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, each opponent faces a villainous choice. That player sacrifices a creature they control, or you create a 3/3 black Dalek artifact creature token with menace. Either I get a creature or you lose one. Pick. It's pretty dang good. Okay, Ashad the Lone Cyberman. This is a more recent villain. Let's see. The first non-legendary artifact spell you cast each turn has casualty 2. As you cast it, you may sacrifice a creature with power 2 or greater, and when you do, copy it. Okay. Whenever you sacrifice another creature, put 1/1 counter on Ashad, the Lone Cyberman. So, in the artifact deck, you can just copy it. Just copy your artifacts. But yeah. Let's see. Blink is. Oh, this looks so cool. The first 2 chapters are. Wait, what? Do you guys see this? It's 1, 3, 2, 4. So you do this and then do this, do this and do this. Okay. Wow, that threw me off. I guarantee you a lot of people are gonna misread that. Okay. But first chapter, first you choose target creature, its owner shuffles it into the library, and then investigates. Wait, hold on. Let me read that again. Choose target creature, its owner shuffles it into the library, and then investigates. So you're giving them a clue. And then next turn you will make a 2/2 black alien angel artifact creature token with vigilance, and it's a weeping angel. And the next turn you'll do it again. So you'll remove one of their creatures, give them a clue token, and then make a weeping angel for you next turn, and just do back and forth. I mean, the first 2 are good because it's just removal. Yeah, I don't like them rearranging it, but I guess the way to format it on the card, it had to be done that way. But it was kind of confusing. But anyways, the Master formed anew. It has Body Thief. When you cast the spell, you may exile a creature you control and put a takeover counter on it. You may have the Master formed anew enter the battlefield as a copy of a creature card in exile with a takeover counter on it. I've never heard of things like exiling and keeping their tokens. That's not something that happens a lot. Cybermen's Squadron. That's a 7-drop. Dang. Non-legendary artifact creatures you control have a myriad. Yo. Oh man, you're just going to be building. This is the army deck. You're just going to be building artifact armies. And this is a 5/5. And this is the Cyber Ship. It is a 6-drop vehicle. Whenever Cyber Ship deals, and flying, whenever it deals combat damage to a player, put the top 2 cards of that player's library onto the battlefield face down under your control. They're 2/2 Cybermen artifact creatures, and it crew 4, 8/8. Jesus. Wound Reflection. This is so rough. The 6-drop, but it's an enchantment. At the beginning of each end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life they lost this turn. So whatever they lost, it just gets doubled. Oh, that's so rough. Blasphemous Act, of course, is a reprint. You can see the fall of Gallifrey right there. You should know it's that Blasphemous Act is. Solemn Simulacrum with the emoji bot. The Sound of Drums. Oh, I'm so glad they made this into a card. Enchanted creature is goaded. If enchanted creature would deal combat damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage instead. And for 2 and a red, return the Sound of Drums from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. And if you can make it so it can't be blocked, that's even better. Okay, so we're on the special lands now. Okay, we have River of Tears. Let's do this. River of Tears, Foreboding Ruins, and you can let's go ahead and read it. I'm trying to go fast. We've already done this for half an hour. Shadowblood Ridge, which another thing I pulled in the packs. Smoldering Marsh, Temple of Deceit, Choked Estuary, Sunken Hollow, Darkwater Catacombs. I love the pun Darkwater because that's actually the Cybermen sitting in Darkwater. That's so funny. Fetid Pools, Temple of Malice. Some good lands in here. Canyon Slough, Exotic Orchard, Temple of Epiphany, Frostboil Snarl, Storm Carved Coast, Fiery Islet, Lava Claw Reaches, Shipwreck March, Drowned Catacomb, Haunted Ridge, Dragon Skull Summit, Creeping Tar Pit, and a legendary land, Gallifrey Council Chamber. Have we seen this before? When it enters the battlefield, surveil 1, taps for colorless, and add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a Time Lord alien or activate an ability of a Time Lord alien. Okay. A lot. So yeah, that over there. More creatures here. We've got the Renegade Silent. At the beginning of your end step, goad up to 1 target creature you don't control and put a 1/1 counter on Renegade Silent. Renegade Silent phases out. The whole deal with the silence is that you forget they are there when you're not looking directly at them. This is a Zygon Infiltrator, and it has a body print. For 2 and a blue, tap another target art card creature. Wow, okay. Tap another target creature and put a stun counter on it. Zygon Infiltrator becomes a copy of that creature for as long as that creature remains tapped. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay. And here's Don't Blink, which literally just says Don't Blink. I mean, that's what the effect is. Literally just you can't blink. Until end of turn, if 1 or more creatures would enter the battlefield from exile or after being cast from exile, their owners shuffle them into their libraries instead. And it has cycle 2, so you can draw out of it. Exterminate! Or should I say exterminate? Okay, anyways. I don't want to do that again. As Replicate, tap an untapped Dalek you control. When you cast a spell, copy for each time you paid its replicate cost. You may choose new targets for the copies, and its cost is just tap and untap Dalek. Destroy a target creature its controller loses 3 life. So yeah, you can just have your Daleks just kill their creatures, and they lose 3 life for each one. Dark Squadron. Or Dalek Squadron, wow. This is a really good one. It has Menace and Myriad. So it's most likely, if you can get it out early enough, it is going to trigger that Myriad. Yeah, here we go. Sontaran General. It has Trample and Haste and Battalion. Whenever Sontaran General and at least 2 other creatures attack, for each opponent, goad up to 1 target creature that player controls. Those creatures can't block this turn. That's awesome. Great Intelligence Plan. I like this. What am I looking at here in this picture? Hold on. I'm gonna take this off camera for a second. Am I looking at Clara? I can't tell. But anyways, it's a sorcery, and you draw 3 cards. Then target opponent faces a villainous choice. They discard 3 cards, or you may cast a spell from your hand without paying its mana cost. All right. And Cyberman Patrol. It's a 2-drop. Artifact creatures you control have Afflict 3, which is whenever a creature with Afflict 3 becomes blocked, a defending player loses 3 life. We have the old school Mondasian Cybermen from like the 60s and 70s there. The Cybermat. It's a 2-drop. It has Skulk, and whenever Cybermat attacks and isn't blocked, it gets plus X until end of turn, where X is the number of attacking artifact creatures. Oh, almost lost it. Clockwork Droid. It's a 2-drop. You may exert Clockwork Droid as it attacks. When you do, it can't be blocked this turn, and you scry 1. Let's see. An exerted creature won't untap during your next untap step. Okay. That's what I was wondering. Like, what does that mean to exert it? Like, is it just to tap it? Don't they exert themselves when they attack? I don't know. Well, I guess it answered. Excuse me. The Midnight Crusader Shuttle on the great episode called Midnight. Midnight Entity, whenever Midnight Crusader Shuttle attacks, defending player faces a villain's choice. That player sacrifices a creature, or you gain control of a creature of your choice that player controls until end of turn. If you gain control of a creature this way, tap it and it's attacking that player. In the episode Midnight, something is possessing someone inside, so yeah, that fits. The Laser Screwdriver, the evil version of the Sonic Screwdriver. Let's see what it does. You can either add 1 mana of any color. It's a 3-drop, by the way. Tap 2 to surveil a 1, or 3 and tap it to goad a target creature. Lot of goad effects in this thing. Oh my god. Here, the reprints. We've got an Arcane Signet. We've got a Soul Ring. Thought Vessel. Yeah. The Mind Stone. The Lightning Greaves. I thought that was Clara. That's actually the 11th Doctor's feat. What is this? Propaganda. Oh, this is from the 10th Doctor's run. Okay. The Vote Saxon. Okay. Creatures can't attack you unless the controller pays 2 for each creature they control that's attacking you. It's a card that exists already, isn't it? I feel like this exists already. It must, because we're hitting the reprints. Feed the Swarm. Yeah, destroy target creature enchantment opponent controls, and you lose life equal to that permanent mana value. Snuff Out. If you control a swamp, you may pay 4 life rather than pay the spell's mana cost. Destroy target non-black creature. It can't be regenerated. If those are reprints, I don't know. Snuff Out. But yeah, here's the Commander Sphere, which that's actually a picture of the great intelligence inside of his little glass orb. There's the Wayfarer's Bauble. That's the time vortex manipulator that lets the Master and Captain Jack time travel. Dirty time travel. Anyways, Talisman of Dominance. The Ood on it. Talisman of Indulgence with the what's her name's eye patch. We got a Command Tower, which is I guess that's supposed to be the Master's. I don't know. That's just it's a control console of a TARDIS. Terramorphic Expanse. What is happening here? This lump of rock is suspended in perpetual geostationary orbit around that black hole without falling in. Discus. Okay. Do not know what episode that's from. Excuse me. We gotta hurry up. Thriving More. Path of Ancestry. Temple of the False God. We got the Reliquary Tower, which is actually a picture of Gallifrey. Crumbling Necropolis. Oh, and that taps for 3 different kinds of mana. I'm in a cemetery, which you've seen, and then we have the lands. Two islands, 2 swamps, 2 mountains. That's pretty cool. All right, man, I love going through that. That was so fun. Oh my gosh, this. I mean, I'll be real with you. I'm probably gonna play this one a lot more because this one seems so aggressive. It seems so aggressive and mean. Oh man, this is awesome. All right, well, thanks guys for watching. Man, this went on for so long, but I'm geeking out over every card. You know. But yeah, I will be doing a Paradox Power video, going through the cards in that set, in that box. When I get that box in the mail, I pre-ordered it, so I'm expecting it sometime next week. All right, take care, guys. Bye.